Everybody and their dog is doing the 10 years challenge. Don't forget to put that hashtag in front of it. I want to hear about yours. And we could, of course, talk about some of the really touching ones. I saw one, and it hits close to home. Somebody I went to graduate school with who got diagnosed with cancer at a pretty young age, 10 years ago. And after battling that and surviving it, she shared a picture update, side by side. And one showed her 10 years ago smiling with the knowledge that she just got diagnosed. And then 10 years later, she's surrounded by all of her kids. So that was a pretty inspirational note. But she also noted in that 10-year challenge about those who are no longer with us. And I thought that was a pretty touching tribute to really highlight what 10 years means to so many people. Listen, 10 years flies by fast. I can't believe it was 2012, 10 years ago, when people were thinking, oh, the Mayan calendar's coming to an end, and, oh, you remember that John Cusack movie? So that was 2012. Holy cow. In that time, Megan and I, we just bought our first house and all of the things that come along with that. I was working here at the radio station full time, doing news in the mornings and doing a midday show, I believe, at that time. Of course, my career has gone in an interesting direction since then. But it's been an interesting 10 years. But I want to hear from you some of the fun that people are having that you've seen from the 10-year challenge. So if you're not already following along, you can watch us on Facebook Live, and I would encourage you to do that because I'm going to go through some of the things that I've seen of people having fun with the 10-year challenge, and I want to hear from you some of the ideas that you have to make this just goofy and quirky and quite frankly silly. Because, of course, one of the first ones I saw that wasn't just, somebody posting a picture of themselves or them and their family or them and their dog from 10 years ago and then posting one from taken yesterday type thing. But what I've seen is, for instance, somebody posting a picture of $1 and then the next picture is a penny. So in 10 years, the joke is, oh, look at inflation. It's gone out of control. But go to WMAY.com and find us on Facebook, WMAY News, and you can watch us live. Seeing some of these 10-year challenges are pretty neat. One in particular, and again, we'll show this to you on the stream video. One comes from the fire department in Springfield, and it says 10-year challenge. 2011, 16,431 emergencies. 2021, 21,759 emergencies. Keeping Springfield safe. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a neat 10-year challenge that somebody with the Springfield Fire Department did. So just to kind of give you an idea of some of the different ideas that are out there. But then people started really having some fun with it. And in particular, you get this one, which I think is, it's pretty good. It's what it is for those of you who aren't watching the video, the live stream. It shows the tag on the inside of somebody's shirt, and it says in the picture from 10 years ago, it says medium, and then the one that's pictured for this year, it goes to XXL. So from medium to XXL, I think that's probably appropriate. And some people even taking that a little bit further. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Somebody taking it a little bit further. And it's a pair of women's panties that looks like a G-string, like a thong. In the picture from 10 years ago. Fast forward it to 10 years later. And it's a huge. It looks almost like like a parachute or something. So you can see some people having some ridiculous fun with this. I want to hear from you what some of the 10-year challenge ideas you have. 217-629-7970 is the phone number. Speaking of aging, somebody else posted this one. It's pretty funny. Shows an eye chart, and in 2021. everything's blurry. It's 2022. Everything's blurry. So 10 years ago, the vision was crisp. You could read all the way down to the bottom line, DEF, POTEC. But then for 2022, hey, you can't read anything but like the first top 3 lines, if that. So that one's pretty funny. Another 10-year challenge one that I thought was pretty decent is a little bit of history lesson. Who is that? Marie Antoinette. What does her 10-year challenge look like? Naturally, of course, 1783, she's got her head. And in 1793, she has no head. So that's Marie Antoinette's 10-year challenge. But again, continuing on with just the absolute goofiness here with the 10-year challenge, these crack me up. Some of the 10-year challenges even highlight something that's near and dear to our hearts here in Central Illinois with family video. And it says the 10-year challenge Mount Vernon version. And I think this is probably appropriate for all over the place. In 2012, they got a family video. And in 2022, that has been turned into a Dollar General. So that's just a few. I've got several more, but of course, I want to get your phone calls. Good morning. You're on WMAY, your 10-year challenge.
I got 2 of them, Greg. One I seen was a fishing hook trying to put the line through it, and it was clear as a bell. And then 10 years later, trying to put the line through it was just a blurry picture.
Right. Yeah. I saw that one.
And then the other one
and that really is a challenge, right? I mean, it's a challenge trying to thread that hook.
For sure for me, because I'm a fisherman, so that's definitely.
That's
the other one I seen was the male's twins, lower extremities.
Oh, jeez.
One was about 2 inches, and one was about 6 or 8 inches, a little lower.
Oh, no, stop it. Oh, that's too much. That's not family friendly. I can't. I mean, that reminds me of this one where you've got the women's panties, and then what looks like next to it like a red parachute or something. Let's go from lingerie type of undergarments to what I think some may affectionately call granny panties. 217-629-7970 is the phone number. So you've got the ones that kind of deal with the economy. This one's fascinating. This was actually posted by Jeannie Ives, former state representative. And so it takes a little bit more of a serious tone. She looked at the 10-year challenge for Illinois' pension system. And here it is, 10-year challenge. 10 years ago, the state's unfunded pension liability was $75 million. No, check that again. That's an unfunded liability of $75 billion. All right, got to make sure I get those numbers right. So if you see $75 billion 10 years ago, now it's nearly doubled, $140 billion. So that's the 10-year challenge when it comes to Illinois' unfunded pension liability. I think that's kind of a fascinating 10-year challenge remix there as well. But then I shared with you as well, yesterday, Megan showed me somebody that's on their Facebook feed with the 10-year challenge and showed a picture of them from 10 years ago. And, I don't know if it was just a bad camera. It wasn't the most flattering picture of this person. But then the picture they'd posted from 10 years later in present time, they looked like they had one of those Disney princess filters from Snapchat. Nice, smooth, glowing skin, kind of, the big eyes and all of that. And then I came across this 10-year challenge, and it explains it perfectly. And again, if you're watching on WMAY News Facebook or Bishop on Air Facebook, you can see this, but this cracks me up. This explains it perfectly. The first picture is of Freddy Krueger, and the second picture is of Freddy Krueger. And you can see, Freddy Krueger has applied a filter, so he no longer looks like he's all burned up. And that is a ridiculous, over-the-top 10-year challenge, which I think a lot of you out there are seeing some of your friends post those types of filtered photos. All right, had some fun with this. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out on the WMAY morning news feed. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you missed the video of it, you can always go back and see it. WMAY News on Facebook and see some of those 10-year challenges that are all over the internet. And you can just search, hashtag 10 years challenge and find all kinds of different stuff. So fun.